How does one reflect and synchronize 5 years into 2 minutes of a sound bite? But let me give it a stab. What a journey! Mixture of emotions, excitement, ululating, joy, grateful that we've come to 5 years, but also unbelievably. It feels like a dream. It feels like yesterday when it was July 2018. A lot of lessons, a lot of growth, a lot of individuals have been met on the journey. Clarity about our vision, what we do, which is diversity, inclusion, and belonging. Finding new clients, finding black executive talent, black being African, Indian, and colored for our clients. A lot of lessons, a lot of failure. So Nomatu, I remember in my video when we're talking about when we're 3 years old, it's this baby that has grown and evolved. But also we have to carve our niche to be clear about what is it that we do, that we're not a change management organization, we're not an employment wellness consulting company. We only focus on diversity, inclusion, and belonging. So these have been very wonderful moments. If I look in our logo, if you look in all the colors that we have in our logo, and the circle which is open that speaks to the different colors, yellow, blue, and green, and that open entrance, because we really wanted to create openness for employees. We really wanted to create a safer space for employees as well. And the crawl for us was a place of meeting, was a place of discussion, but also was a place of engagement, because sometimes employees will say, I just wish there was a space when I could talk or share about this. So in those 5 years, I'm grateful that we've created that space for employees. I'm grateful that we've engaged with leaders in that piece of work, but also I'm grateful of what we've become and how we've grown as Nomatu. So it's been exciting, it's been great, it's been wonderful. At times it felt like a dream, at times it felt like we're not going to get anywhere. But for us, we look back now, we're grateful and glad that we've come so far as a company, also as an organization. We can't imagine what the next 5 years are going to be for us at Nomatu Consulting. That analogy of a river, it was chosen deliberately and intentionally because a river has a source. And also a river sometimes ends at the sea. My source is my background, which are the hills and the valleys of the Eastern Cape, Epondweni. My ancestors, my teachers, and mostly my family that instilled in me this need of having a self-drive and to keep on pushing. When I was in corporate, I was afforded great exposure to business. When I was in corporate, I was involved in various projects, and also when I was in corporate, I was able to work sometimes in challenging environments or experiences, which became the seeds of Nomatu. What do I mean? When I was an employee, I had to do, I had to fix, I had to partake, I had to engage in certain experiences that were either challenging for me, that either pushed me, which in one way or the other became seeds for Nomatu Consulting to be born. Sometimes a river is dry with no water, and I want to lie. I don't want to lie. At Nomatu, there have been moments where we didn't have staff, moments where the vision was challenged. There were moments where we couldn't pay our bills, we couldn't pay VAT or pay as you earn. So those were the moments where we say a river's got no water. Those for us were the dry moments. A river winds through gorges and terrain. And at Nomatu, we've had to navigate challenges in South Africa, in Africa, also globally as well, based upon the work that we do. Sometimes it's been scary, but sometimes we've had to navigate deep-seated unknowns. We've won work, we've engaged individuals in scenarios that we didn't know. And that was challenging for us, even for me as a CEO. So that's the part of that water in the river that navigates and moves. We've also moved in those environments as well. So we use the river because of the life it brings. But also we're saying in the river, there's also moments of dryness, moments where the water is still. Those could be unpaid invoices. Those could be not having the right kind of staff. Those could be working in projects which are challenging as well. But also those could be moments where we have to deal with our own failures and our own mistakes, what are sometimes called missed opportunities. I laugh because there have been so many bumps and turns along the way. Not being able to find staff, employees for our organization, finding good, exceptional black, that is African, Indian, and colored candidates, presenting them to our clients, and those candidates, after a month or two working on those assignments, those candidates getting rejected, unpaid invoices, having to exit non-aligned, incongruent relationships, whether with companies or with individuals or future staffs or staff or partnerships. The cost of an office rental. I mean, we moved into Century City in Feb 2020, and that was the same time that COVID hit us. So for a long time, we had to pay rent, whereas we were not coming to the office. I also had COVID as well, and I had to lie down. I was in ICU. We had to make a shift, move away from diversity, equity, and inclusion, and move to diversity, inclusion, and belonging. There have been moments of failure in terms of, if you talk about twists, turns, and bumps, there have been moments of loss. We've lost clients, we've lost business, failure where we've made mistakes. We've also had missed opportunities. And then lastly, most importantly, when you're an entrepreneur, when trying to build a brand, there are often inner voices of self-doubt. There are voices that criticize, saying, are you doing the right thing? You made a mistake. We've also had to rumble with the unknown as well. So if I look at all the failures, if I look at all the challenges, those for me are good examples, significant moments that show the turns and the bumps which we've had to go along the way. It has not been easy. There have been failures, there have been mistakes, there have been lost opportunities, and some of them have been very unpleasant. And sometimes one even begins to doubt and say, did I make the right kind of a choice? These twists, these turns, these bumps, which sometimes have felt like turbulences, they embed a sense of belief, a sense of let's try again. These twists, these turns, these bumps help us to understand one's new and daily reality. So they make you understand that being an entrepreneur, being a consulting company, these are your daily realities. These twists, these turns, these bumps, they help us to filter and exit non-aligned situations and relations. So what do I mean? When you go to that crisis, when you go to that challenge, it helps you to say, that was a wrong direction, rather focus on this one. Sometimes it helps you to say, you need to exit this situation, you need to exit this relationship and go and do this one. These twists, these bumps, these turns, they help us to grow the brand, but now have a strategic intent. Not just get involved in a project or something because it looks exciting, it looks fancy, but to say, if I get involved with this piece of work, if I partner with this individual, what is my strategic intent? These twists, these turns, these bumps, they help us to find trusted fellow travelers, partners, and sojourners. So as you go to these twists and turns, you begin to develop a relationship and partner with people whom you can trust and who share the same vision as you. Just like as a river flows, we also begin to flow and to get our own rhythm and to work together through those twists, turns, and bumps. But I won't lie, when they do happen, they're not comfortable. Those moments, those low valley moments are not comfortable. Those turns are not always the best of the turns. But we learn, we grow, and it embeds our vision and who we are and where we're going. We would not be 5 years old if it was not for the twists and turns. Those bumps, they help to propel and become the wind in our sails to help us to go forward. Yeah, she's so spot on about that river, that as it flows in, it's gaining momentum. I think being able to place a black female executive in financial services was a major breakthrough for us. Not only for the organization, but also for the employee as well. Because the employee said, I could have never dreamed for this opportunity. And the way you handled it, that was a major breakthrough for us. I often say that opportunity of being able to find that exceptional black candidate, it was what in IT they call a proof of concept. The fact that a company could accept our candidate she went through the whole process and be appointed. It was like, wow, this model of headhunting exceptional black talent, it works. If you find them, you nurture them, and you also know how to present them. Two, when a global pharmaceutical company asked us to do diversity, inclusion, and belonging work in Africa, that was a major breakthrough for us as well. Because now our work went beyond Bridge. And now we could go to Senegal, we could go to Ethiopia, we could go to Kenya, Uganda, just doing some work in Africa for a global company. And this is after they had met so many providers. And when they gave us that break, that was amazing. That was like, wow, we appreciate this. And now 30% of our work now is consulting globally. We never imagined that we'll be in that space. And then also having a staff and having a team, whether those staff are internal, and also having consultants externally that you can leverage and bring for specific projects. That was very good for us. Yes, at many times, not everyone stayed in the organization, not everyone continued with our vision, but whether they were here for 3 months or 6 months, that was good. The fact that we've now got clients in academia, financial services, we've got clients, FMCG, we've got clients who believe in us. That also gave us a big break as well. So again, I go back to that thing of a proof of concept. The model for consulting in DI, it works. The model for finding black talent, not only do we find them, but also coaching them so that they are retained in organizations, that also works. Also the model for providing coaching, not just headhunting to black executives and managers, that it works. So for us, those were the ones that built the momentum. And having worked in South Africa, work in the rest of Africa, and also work globally, that for us is a game changer. I think for me the first one is the growth that is taking place within me. This year I've gone back to study. I'm studying an entrepreneurship program. I'm also part of a network of entrepreneurs as well. Just sitting in those programs and learning about business strategy, learning about cash flow, about people, and also sharing challenges with other entrepreneurs. That presents an opportunity to scale Nomatu up. So to answer your question, the new opportunities I see is us scaling our work to a much more broader, to a much more deeper, also to a much more complex, meaningful work on diversity, inclusion, and also belonging. I also see us delisting or taking headhunting out of the consulting work. So I see headhunting now being an independent business in the next 5 years, running on its own, providing opportunities for headhunting, but also opportunities for look for black non-executive directors, opportunities also for psychometric assessment as well, and really just honing in on coaching on its own. I also see us going into new markets in South America, also in Asia as well. And then lastly, most importantly, I see us finding strategic partners that we can work with in South Africa and globally, which we've already started doing through companies like To Collaborate, companies like Free to Grow, companies like Sebano. So we are finding other like-minded organizations, also organizations that do similar work to us or that help us, e.g. organizational culture is so big in our work. So to partner with To Collaborate, to partner with Sebano, to partner with Free to Grow helps us to do our work much more better in that space. So in terms of growth, in terms of scaling out, the opportunities are endless if we are able to leverage on them, but also taking calculated risks, being clear about our vision as well. Our strength is in diversity. Our strength is in inclusion and belonging. Our strength is creating safer working environments for employees who might be gay or lesbian or millennials or even older people. We want to transcend, we want to grow that work. We would like to move into new territories, but also bring clients from fintech. We also want to go into mining, do that work in the mining space, but also we want to partner with like-minded organizations. So If there's a company or consultancy that specializes in gender equity, because that's linked to our work, we want to bring that in and partner with those companies. We really want to do DEI analytics so that we don't just say DEI is about make me feel good, but bring analytics and metrics that shows the value of embedding or the value of investing in diversity, inclusion, and belonging. We also want to automate some of the things we do. So really want to go into a digital platform, whether that's headhunting candidates or doing interviews, or whether some of the programs that we run, we actually scale them up by automating them. And lastly, most importantly, we'd like to bring men and women into our team who are passionate. Like next year, our goal is to bring in a data scientist. Because our work involves a lot of data, we want to bring somebody who will just look at data at Nomatu. How do we use data for our work, but to leverage diversity, inclusion, and belonging? And that data could speak into how many black CAs are there in South Africa, how many black engineers are there, how many female doctors are there, how many female directors of IT are there. So we really want to work with data and also to say where are those people mostly based and where would they like to move and work at. So for us is we know our strength, how do we scale what we do so well, how do we partner with other organizations, how do we use technology to scale up the work that we do. I think the first thing that didn't work was trying to be everything to everyone. The second thing that didn't work was going out to market as a transformation or an HR consulting company. The moment we flipped out of that, or we ejected out of that and focused on diversity, inclusion, and belonging, it was almost like many doors and the universe was listening, because many other opportunities came. Offering solutions that were not relevant to what the market wanted also didn't work as well. Also not being clear in terms of headhunting, that we are only headhunting for management and executive positions, and trying to do all other roles, include junior roles, also did not work. Not being able to filter who our clients are and who our clients are not also didn't work. We had to be very clear that those are the kind of segments of the economy, those are the kind of sectors of the economy, and those are the kind of clients that we would like to partner with. And we have to be clear about that and say that might be a very good organization, but that's not where we want to. I remember having to walk out of an RFP where it was already in the bag, but we just said that we don't align with this company's value. And it's work that we needed. It would have made a big impact for us and our revenue, but we have to be true to ourselves, because one of our values is being authentic and say we don't want to become a part of this work. Also, what did not work is not having a proper employment process and filtering in. Are you employing people for the sake of employing, or are you employing people who align with your values? So really being able to measure, look at people through do they align with Nomatu's values in terms of being a dreaming organization, building relationships, having aspirations, servanthood, leadership, creating that connection. When we engage talent and didn't look them through those lenses, later on things just didn't work out. Because just because somebody wants to be an employee does not necessarily mean that this is the kind of work that they want to do. The thing working for a startup company like ours is that, one, you get to do everything on your own. You get to do A to Z. And many people, not everyone, many people are used to only doing one part of the work. In a consulting company like us, you do the whole value chain. You design the process, you follow up, you write the report, you evaluate, you book your own flight and all of that. So we have to be clear about when we engage people to come and work with us, do they align with our values, and is this where they want to be? And where to ask those uncomfortable questions. So some things work, but also some things didn't work. And without justifying, those things that didn't work have become lessons for us, but also at a much more personal, the things that didn't work, they also became a lesson to us to say, we did that one wrong. We could have done that one differently. And it takes great maturity and courage to say things didn't work, not because that person was wrong, that company was wrong, but also our approach, our style, our tact, our modus operandi was not the right one. As a start, some of those stories did not start as a success. They started as a failure, as a closed door. If I think of our experience at Sanlam, how we struggle just to get in, how we struggle to meet the right kind of people or to present our business. For almost 3 years, it felt that we were knocking on wrong doors at Sanlam. It felt that we were not being listened to. It felt that we were not giving in a stage or an opportunity to present. And yet, after year 3, we were able to get an assignment and we were able to place a senior African manager. So the waiting period gave us a chance to perfect our craft, to do better what we do. And once we had that opportunity, they were able to choose one of our African senior managers as an executive as well. I can name other clients in asset management. I can name other clients in academia, other clients in investment management. One of the clients in investment management, they allowed us to headhunt 3 of their executives. And I had last year, I got the feedback that 2 of those executives that we had placed in their organization have now been promoted to much more senior roles as well. So not only did we find the people, but also those people have also been promoted. Earlier on, I spoke about that female executive that we placed. I was pleasantly surprised one evening when I received a WhatsApp message where, out of the blue, the female candidate wrote to me and said, "Thank you very much for this opportunity. I have grown in this organization. Financially, I've also grown. I'm able to do things for myself and my family, which I could never been able to do for myself. So thank you." For me, what I like about that WhatsApp, it was not solicited. 2, the person was sharing how, having found that employment opportunity, her life had changed, her family's life had changed as well. Our clients continue to give us good feedback on the work we do and the engagement and our understanding of diversity, inclusion, and belonging. But also, I'll be the first one to admit that there are certain assignments that we could have done differently. There are certain areas where we've dropped the ball or we've made mistakes. And those, like I said earlier on, it's like those valley moments of the river. We learn from those, we grow. We're grateful for our clients, we're grateful for our feedback, also the lessons that they afford us to learn and become better in what we do. Something is, in these last 5 years, has happened in the work we do with our clients. Our clients have become good source of learning for us. Our clients have challenged us and made us think differently about how we do our work. Our clients have asked us questions that have made us design new ways of leveraging diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'll make for you a simple example. Team cohesion, or what used to be called team dynamics, is coming up nicely. And our clients are saying, yes, do team cohesion, but also can you help us on how to leverage the diversity of the teams that we have so that we grow or become better in terms of what we do. So our clients are providing us with data, with insights, but also are asking us questions that are making us think. Our clients are saying, we don't want just gender diversity, but we want sustainable gender diversity. And can you please help us to look at our processes and our systems and say, what's hindering gender diversity in our organization? What are we doing right? What could we be doing better? Our relationship and our partnership with Kaleidoscope, who are a global DEI company in Chicago, gives us a global window, a global view of DEI global, then what's happening with DEI globally. And we're able to see best practice there, but also not only see it from there, but also we're able to bring best practice from South Africa and export it, because there's a lot of good work that South Africa does on diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're able to export that globally and share the skill, the lessons, and the nuances. So it's relationships, it's partnerships, and also it's really enhancing the relationships that we already have for the benefit of our clients. Our clients get more than just DEI consulting from us. They get black talent from us. They also are able to leverage our coaching practice as well. They also continue to give us feedback and guide us to say, hey, we're also looking with this. Does Nomatu Consulting do this and this as well? My aspiration and my vision and my dream for Nomatu is that in South Africa and abroad, we become the go-to company when it comes to diversity, inclusion, and belonging. The moment a CEO or a director or a head of HR, even a line manager has an issue around diversity, inclusion, and belonging, I would like them to think and to go to Nomatu. But also we perfect our craft. That is, we become good in what we do, not just only in terms of running workshops or programs, but also really go deep into DEI processes and systems. We also are able to offer clients feedback and metrics on how some of our engagements and working with us have shifted, not just only the atmosphere, but also the numbers, the production, and the delivery execution of stuff in DEI. My vision for Nomatu is, I've mentioned this earlier on, is that headhunting becomes a standalone business, having its own leader, and we really specialize when clients are looking for an African, Indian, or colored senior manager, executive manager, or C-suite who is black. We become the go-to, not just a recruitment, but a headhunting agency where we say, not only will we find that person who will really enhance what you do and bring you something different, but also will provide coaching as well. That when clients want a black staff member who's senior, who's skilled, that they will go to Nomatu. My vision for Nomatu is that we'll continue to grow globally. We'll continue to enter markets in Europe, in Asia, markets in South America as well. But also my other vision for Nomatu is that we partner with like-minded consulting companies, agencies, and also individuals who are not only passionate about this work, but people who understand that doing this work is almost like carrying a cross. While there might be good moments, but also there are challenging moments. Because the sad part about our work is that even though we are asked to do this work, we sometimes get blamed, we sometimes get accused, we sometimes are seen as being biased. So I would like to partner with people who understand the good side of the work, those mountaintop moments, but also the valley moments of the work where you have to design and have uncomfortable conversations with individuals and organizations and senior leaders, and also where you have to bring EQ and where you have to navigate very challenging scenarios as well. About 2 weeks ago, I sat in a training program as part of this entrepreneurship course I'm doing, and they said something that I've read about it and it's been said many times, and it said, your company, your organization can only grow in as much as you grow as well. And that really made me think about the importance of my own personal growth, in that if my vision, if my work patterns, if my habits, if my processing, and if my thoughts change, so will Nomatu grow. So before we talk about Nomatu's growth, we have to talk about the CEO and the MD's growth. And that's where I'm spending most of my time now, developing myself, finding the right kind of coaching, asking myself the wrong questions, saying, are we where we ought to be? What is working? What is our process? What is our framework? So first is investing in myself. Secondly is to look for new opportunities of growth. Thirdly is to identify the right kind of men and women that we want to partner with. And most importantly, to be the go-to company when it comes to diversity, inclusion, and belonging. When it comes to black talent, I would like every single exceptional black talent out there, be it in specialized role, being in management, being executive, to be at a space in their career to say, this is a company that I want to partner with to help me to navigate my own career journey. I'm comfortable that Nomatu has my CV, has my details, because I know that as a black employee, African, Indian, and colored, they will best represent what I want and the kind of organizations where I would want to be part of. Now, as we turn 5 in July 2023, I would like to say halala, Safika, meaning we've arrived. I would like to congratulate and to thank all our clients, all the many men and women we've met, we've interviewed, we've coached. I'm thinking of people in Ghana, people in Nigeria, people outside Africa who've given us a chance, companies that allowed and believed us to do our work in diversity and inclusion. heads of procurement, HR executives, CEOs that have engaged with us. I think of many clients that give us a chance. So yeah, it's a celebration. It's an appreciation. It still feels like a dream. It feels like yesterday when it was July 2018 when we were starting and we didn't even know anything. So yes, we've made it. Yes, we are glad. Yes, we are grateful and we're thankful for the partnership, thankful for the words of wisdom, thankful for mentoring, thankful for coaching, thankful for guidance, thankful for feedback, thankful for clients who phone us and ask us, how are you doing, or can you please help us? Thankful for individuals who say, wow, you're doing great work, we would like to partner with you in that. I'm fully aware that often the glamorous and the glorious side of entrepreneurship is often portrayed. Words are used like becoming your own boss. Truth be told, being an entrepreneur takes much out of your time, your energy, and tough sacrifices that have to be made. And being an entrepreneur, the other side that's not told that it's not easy. Becoming an entrepreneur involves navigating so many unknowns. Being an entrepreneur involves dealing with people you thought that they're going to support you and believe in you, and they're not there. Being an entrepreneur also entails rejection and many closed doors. Being an entrepreneur involves invoices not getting paid. Being an entrepreneur also involves people coming saying that we want to partner with you, we want to work with you, and in less than 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, the same individuals who said they want to partner with you, they now see things differently. So it's important that people understand that this process and this journey is lonely. This journey is challenging. This journey has got many tears. This journey has got many long working hours. So my advice, a quote I had a long time ago is, if you don't know where you're going, every road will take you there. The importance of being clear of what you want to become an entrepreneur on, what you want to do, and really refining your value proposition. That is, being careful that is there a need for what you want to do, looking out for the problem and starting from a place. What is the problem that you're trying to solve? And lastly, and most importantly, to start is not easy because there are bills that must be paid, there are costs, there are sacrifices. The starting part, like an aeroplane, that Airbus or that Boeing that needs to take off, the takeoff part is always the challenging part. So when you are an entrepreneur, to start is not always easy. And we hope that my story, Nomatu's story, and many other entrepreneur stories, whether that's in Venezuela, whether that's in Beijing or Ontario, or whether that's in Bangalore, it empowers and motivates you listening and watching this to say, what is my calling? What is my pain? What do I want to do? And what can I do with the skills and experience that I have?